Hello and welcome back to our HIP Roman Restoration campaign. In our last episode, we declared war on a bunch of independent counts in here who somehow became released from the Aztecs, which is actually fine by me. We have to fight a bunch of separate wars, but we don't actually have to fight the Aztecs for that, which is good. We do still have our truce with them, of course, at the moment. But of course we're trying to kill the Emperor, which we are not having much luck with again, but it may not be all that bad, because talking about the timeline, it is 1344, and I was previously working under the assumption that the game ends in 1453, which is the case in vanilla CK2, but apparently in HIP, or specifically with the EMF submod enabled, the end date is actually extended to 1517. So we actually have a bit more time than I was reckoning on, which is good. So we may not be able to, may not have to break any truces against the Aztecs to get everything done on time. So we can maybe relax a little bit. Thanks to the commenter who let me know about that, by the way. Hang on, I had the webpage open so I could credit you by name if I just click away here. Nicholas Escalona, thank you. That is very useful information. I just realized I never replied to this comment, even though I meant to. It's okay, I'll do it after the video. So we have these wars going on. We also have the war for the Channel Islands against Wessex up here, is it? Or Middle Anglia, sorry. And we have the Peasant Revolt in Malta, which I am assuming that our vassal king will take care of. He's raising troops, so let's just trust him to do that. So let's unpause so we can continue with our sieges. My son is mastering the art of diplomacy, which is good. Let's see, that was our heir. Good diplomacy will stand him in good stead. Once he becomes emperor, we do have some slightly rowdy factions here. Nothing we need to worry about right now, though. My prisoner is complaining, so he can continue to do that as much as he likes. This is Middle Anglia up here, which we should perhaps do something about. We are sieging the islands, of course. We can't really spare any of these troops. We use our retinue, I suppose. Are we reinforcing our retinue now or not? I can never remember what I did. We are reinforcing, okay. We have plenty of money, so I think we can afford to actually use them. Transport them around by boat, that might be quicker. Use these boats. Rather than have them march all the way up through Central Europe. I guess this isn't really Central Europe. I have to get to around here before I consider it central. But I don't know what the official definition is. Okay, our vassal despot creating duchy titles, and our brother came of age. He is an amateurish plotter. Okay, let's see, he's not a great character. Actually got a pretty good selection of traits, but didn't turn out with good scores. The education doesn't help, of course. Well, we can, I suppose, marry him for an alliance. Maybe we can marry him to somebody. Oh, I guess we could betroth them to the Despoina of Lusitania. That way we'd get our dynasty on the throne. Of course, that's our vassal, but it would guarantee us a relations bonus with the king and their descendants, since they'd be of our dynasty. It seems worth doing. Have to wait a few years. Of course, he'd rather not be marrying a female character at all, but unfortunately we're not very progressive here in the year 1344, so he'll have to marry who I tell him to. So let's just check on technology. I think we're yeah, not able to actually get any of these military techs yet. Won a siege on the Channel Islands, and I never actually started these troops on their journey up here yet. We have a new despot of Africa. Okay, he looks like he won't be causing us any trouble. So let's appoint a commander here. So even though we do have a good deal more time than I thought, we might still be a little close to get everything done by the end of the game, so we'll still be trying to kill the Aztec emperors to get wars done as quickly as possible if we can, and if it still looks like we might have to break truces, then I still will. And it seems that we're not having very much success plotting against him right now. How are you doing? 45 years old, you're fertile. You're greedy though. Doesn't give you a health penalty, actually, which I thought it did. Yes, of course, our vassal Despoina of France is conquering land from him, which is great. Actually, now that I think about it, it has a negative effect as well, because that will be giving him an opinion bonus for defending versus foreigners. So by the time that wears off, all of his levies will have definitely replenished from the time where we destroyed them. But hey, maybe he'll have some factions and instability anyway, we can hope. And we can try to destroy them all again in the next war. Cries of fighting men, the splatter of red blood, the clashing of weapons everywhere. We're having an energetic dream, which apparently is prestigious. Okay, well, let's probably disband this fleet now. We will get to 100% against Middle Anglia. Just by some sieges on the Channel Islands there. We had a son born in the purple, who is sickly. Slightly unfortunate. But that's okay. Unless he dies, then it's a terrible tragedy. Somebody seeks to kill Melitios. Okay, let's see, who is Melitios? That's somebody important. But that's our brother, okay. Yeah, I don't care that much about that. Just carry on. I will, of course, deny all knowledge of this if questioned. My lord, the Duke sends sends word of enemies captured. We'll take the leader, I guess. That will get us 100% in that war. Enforce our demands. We gained this personally, so we'll just grant it. To somebody at random. This army can then... I guess we're not sieging these counties, so we'll move in. When we have the retinue come in and take this one. Since they're in the area. And somebody's trying to kill somebody else. I don't know who that is either. Alptigin. My nephew, okay. Well, we'll just let him be about his business, I suppose. Okay, more support for the peasants in Malta. Not sure if any progress is being made in putting these guys down. Oh, there the vassal's army is. Okay, we'll take the leader prisoner again, which should get us another 100%. We will enforce our demands. And our friend, the Grand Duke's War, has ended inconclusively. Okay. That is fine, I suppose. So we actually vassalize this guy. No need to grant the title then. Leaves us with the 2 more wars in Normandy, the Channel Islands, and then just the Peasant Revolt. Our cousin needs educating. Okay, we'll just let that random person do it. Got my son lying to me again, straight to my face. We'll try and have him become honest, or more diplomacy, as previously mentioned. Nope, he's deceitful. Well, that's fine. We should actually be transferring these counties under the Queen of France, now that I think about it. So let's get that taken care of. Was that everybody? You know, it probably would have been easier to wait until all of these wars are over to do this. Be easier to make sure we got all of them, but that's okay. Courtiers found at Gorey in Wexford? No, apparently a different Gorey. We'll just take prisoners. Must have been in the Channel Islands, actually. That's fine. We won't be capturing the leader in that one, of course, because he lives over here. Unless we capture him in battle, which is possible. Still no backers for our plot. This guy will accept a bribe. Everyone has very low plot power, though. Guess he does have pretty good state intrigue. Unfortunately for us. How's his war against France working out? Only 4% in favor of the Queen? What are you doing? Let's see, it was just... yeah, these 2 counties, okay. Well, it looks like she's sieging them at least, so we should take them at some point. So I wonder if we are going to have to actually bring troops up here to siege some of Middle Anglia. Looks like we are. We're only at 70%. Having sieged everything there, so I think it will speed things up a bit if we do that. Can we have you land on the Channel Islands? Can we click on this tiny piece of land? Oh, there's another island there, so we absolutely can. So he has a fleet parked here. I wonder if he has troops on there that are gonna swoop in and... siege this back. How do we get you off the boats? There we go. Just wasn't clicking on it. So I think we might leave this army here and we can transport over the 13k that aren't doing anything here. Then we don't risk exposing our war goal. Lost a siege to the peasants. Are you not actually transporting troops over? Well, we'll take care of it for you, I guess. Just give them a little while to regain morale. Alright, get you on the boat. We'll send you over here. This county has no coast, unfortunately. I think we could land there because we have a holding. Do we have any other useful holdings? This one's inland as well. I think that's us. These are mostly belonging to the Knights Templar. Not this one. Oh, he is a vassal of the Knights Templar, okay. Right, we'll just land these troops the slow way. We are getting ticking war score, of course, but it'll take a while. My brother asked me for a fief of his own. We'll... You know what? I never actually give people fiefs of their own when they ask, but we are about to take the Channel Islands or one of these counties. We'll promise to arrange it. Now I have to remember to actually do that. Let's set our brother a special interest. It was this guy, wasn't it? Oh, he was... he's the one that's betrothed to Lusitania. So if we grant him the Channel Islands, then their child will inherit the Channel Islands and Lusitania, and that county will go under Lusitania. Well, I guess that's better than having one of these counties in France go under Lusitania. Okay, I'll still give him the Channel Islands. But if I'd known you were about to marry a queen, I would definitely have said no. I did mean to set him a special interest, which I think I forgot to do in my outrage at his gall asking me for a title when he's in line to get one by marriage, basically. Well, he doesn't actually get the title, but it's good enough. Oh no, I learned my lesson. No fief of your own for you, uncle. So we'll head straight to the capital here and start sieging that. France has actually made some progress. They've done some sieges. They're fighting the Aztec armies, which is great. We will take prisoners here. And our siege is going very quickly over there, which is good. And there's 7,000 troops too, which we might fight depending on how much war score we get from this. Son is slowly mastering the art of diplomacy. So do we want to fight 7,000? I guess we will. It should end the war immediately. Vassal has contracted consumption. Apparently some outbreaks going around in the region of Constantinople, which is bad news for us, possibly. Okay, we want to siege there. Have a nephew born. And we won that battle, and it did indeed get us 100%, so we win this. We'll enforce demands. And I hope we actually gain this title so that we can grant it to our brother. We didn't. We just have vassalized the Archon of the Channel Islands, so he's apparently a merchant republic. Actually, if he's a county level title, then he's not. So we could revoke this to grant the title to our brother, but that's going to annoy everybody. And we can't grant the duchy title to our brother without granting the lower county as well. So this is a mess. Well, it's only a mess if we actually go through with our promise to grant him some land. We just make sure we can't grant him the duchy. Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, I guess we'll just have to break our promise. Unfortunately, we're not a man of our word. We'll just grant the duchy title to this guy. That will make him a merchant republic, I think. Which I guess is fine. New Great House has risen to the forefront of Channel Island politics, so they get their merchant families. And they hopefully get to start making me money. Let's disband this army. And you can get back on the boats and start coming home. So we still have a couple more to take care of, and the revolt in Malta, which we can also probably put down pretty easily with those troops. But we are out of time for this episode, so we'll have to leave it here for now. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.